is DJ Clam Slam, giving you the facts you need and the info you crave. Yeah, I'm back, people. I'm back, bitches. Normally, the Citadel is pretty good at controlling the flow of information out of that city, but this story is so big that there was no way they could keep it from getting out. A group of murderers has been terrorizing the Citadel, killing 6 people, including Commanders 4 and 5. The alleged culprit arrested last night is Camille Bardot, daughter of the Citadel's second commander, Alder Cypress. Bardot and her alleged co-conspirators, Walter Groggins and Ulrun Moonshine, are set to be tried today. Tried today. If the 3 living commanders find them guilty, they will be put to death. But DJ Clam Slam, your old friend, honestly, everything's gonna be good. Like, we've had a few rough sessions, but now that DJ Clam Slam is back, I have a feeling everything's gonna be nice and uplifting. Everyone loves DJ Clam Slam. Okay. So. Commanders are not there. Yeah, they're gonna be executed today. They might be allies. You don't know. I feel like Dr. Dinosaur is. He's nice.
Our penthouse, let's go.
Okay. Our penthouse. Yes. Get all of your like energy out before we get into the horrible stuff that will break Callie to death. We're gonna end. I want to make Callie kill herself. That was too dark to say. I shouldn't have said that. So
poor Callie. This whole arc.
This whole arc
Callie's
is
gonna kill herself, and then we're gonna go to the pubic dining hall.
Oh god.
Okay. Omega Sector. This massive tower here in the center of Citadel sits before you. Callie, your sister is there, and you know she's innocent, but proving that will be difficult. Fortunately, you're not alone. Moxie, Jasper, Myrna, Nikolai, they're all with you till the end. Do you have a question, though, for Zane? Right now, where is Arch? Where is Arch right now, Zane? Zane is off mic at a moment, so I'll give it a type. Arch is hiding and watching. Yeah, that's what I figured. He's in the fucking bushes right now. Arch is in the bush. Arch is in the.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Arch is in the butch.
Yeah, I mean that checks out.
Which one?
He's no longer in the cup share.
Transformation.
Myrna, did you do a vor?
What?
Is is Callie butch? That's a good question. I don't feel like Callie is.
Why is that related to Myrna liking vor?
I don't think so.
So, Arch, right now, as the party's dealing with this horrible stuff, Arch is nowhere to be seen. He's laying low, he's hiding. Maybe we'll see him today, maybe not. We'll see how Arch goes. But anyway, as you're approaching this tower where the government offices are, you can see Sai and Jimmy are waiting for you in front of the tower as you approach. Hi there. Oh, good. The scary guy isn't with you. That makes it easier to talk to you. Oh, good morning.
Callie will just silently nod and go, "Where is the trial taking place?"
Up on the higher floors of the building, where you were like inquisitioned earlier.
Thank you. And she'll walk by.
And as you try and walk by, Sai just asks you, "So, you here to try and plead that your sister's innocent?"
Callie will just give her a death glare and then keep walking.
He just kind of frowns, and like Jimmy says, "The captain, he didn't do this. He wouldn't. I know he's kind of a dick sometimes, but the good man. Can you save him?"
Callie's gone. Other people can talk. Callie's not responding.
Okay, she's gone. Okay, good. Bye, Callie. I was trying to talk. Okay.
Bye, Callie.
We would say, or I would say, just we're not here to save the captain, and just keep on going after Kelly.
Okay. That's good. Or wait, did you say you were going to or won't?
I said we're not here to save the captain.
Well, maybe if you get around to it. Okay, Radio Jimmy out. Radio Jimmy out. At least Arch isn't here. So you head into government offices. And I know you said end of last session that you'd like to try and talk to Ulrin before anything happens. How are you going to go about this? I feel like he's in some tightly locked basement cell. All three defendants are, I bet.
I'm good at stealth.
Okay, so do you just like...
I'm decent as well.
Okay, who all... So you two are sneaking down. Anyone else?
Tools.
Are you bringing your smelly friend
Heavy
who
armor.
wears plate mail?
No. I think Callie would probably want to go by herself, to be honest.
No, that's fair.
Okay. So you're going to go down and just... I won't make it be like a full like Metal Gear Solid section, but can you give me some stealth checks to try and get into like talking to Ulrin in his cell?
Yeah, first things first, I cast Pass Without Trace. Then... oh, thank God I cast that. So that
What'd
is
you roll?
a 26.
26. Okay, you're ninja, and you ninja down to the basement. And you can find Ulrin in like this fucking sci-fi Magneto glass cell with like wearing a straitjacket just waiting for you.
What the fuck?
You appear
Knew I
before
was
him,
coming.
sneak up. How are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna make sure nobody's like watching first.
I feel like... Wait, do we have security cameras in this setting? Let's say no for the sake of simplicity. There are no guards around right now, but there will probably be some down soon to talk to Ulrin.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to reveal myself to Ulrin. I'm going to stay in the shadows and I'm going to communicate. Just assume everything I say and all responses are via the message spell.
Mm-hmm.
And Callie will just go, so what exactly is your part to play in all of this?
Callie? And he's like trying to look around. Wait, this is a voice in my head, right? I know the magic can do things, but I might as well come clean to you. Just first off, from the start, I didn't kill anyone. I mean, Cecil was caught up in all this, and I could never do something like that. Not to you kids.
Right, but just because you didn't kill anyone doesn't mean you're not complicit. I want the honest truth.
He sighs and just kind of like takes his... Actually, no, he doesn't have his hat. Those fuckers, they stole his hat. Those bastards, you should kill them all.
How could he even take something, like, how could he even take his hat off if he's in a straitjacket?
Well, you can, like, shake your head a bunch and it'll fall off.
I mean, yeah.
The hat just isn't secured very fastly.
So, that mess in the park, that was me and no one else. And I'm not working with anyone else. But I'm not the killer. See, a few weeks ago, I learned something about your dad, Callie. He experimented on you as children. Esme's illness, Alder did that.
I know.
He's a monster.
I
could do
couldn't
something like
agree
that. He was
more. So you think it was my father?
What? No.
So what?
No, took me a second to process that.
What?
I don't know for certain. It's just when Cecil was hospitalized, I realized this was a chance. You know, I could exploit the fear, force your dad to tell everyone the sick shit he did to you as kids. Now that's the secret I was trying to get him to confess. And I figured he must know something about what's going on. Must have known something about what happened to Cecil, and maybe he'd say that too. But I don't know much more than that.
Right. So. But, so. You don't have anything to do with the murders, though, is what you're saying.
Oh God, no. No, I would never.
So it was purely coincidence that as that giant projection came up over the square, a woman burst into blight.
Okay, I'm gonna pause as DM because you wouldn't know this and he wouldn't know this, but Jasper and Nikolai, if you had brought them, would know that wasn't a coincidence because it was the fucking stress that made her explode after she'd been poisoned hours earlier.
Womp womp.
But Ulrich would know
Womp
that.
womp.
He's like, yeah, I guess it's just a random coincidence that old lady died. Coincidences happen. Sometimes old ladies just explode.
I'm gonna
If
insight
we
check
were
that.
in the party even briefly, like together, we would have communicated that.
Okay. Sometimes old ladies just explode. And you can do an insight check.
That's a 16.
16. I feel like you know Ulrim pretty well. You don't think he's lying.
Okay. So who else did you work with? Surely this wasn't done just by yourself.
And he kind of looks at the ground and and then he just says, I worked completely alone in this.
Can I insight check again?
Yeah.
All right, that's a 14.
Yeah, you kind of get the sense that he's not a good liar, and he probably wasn't working completely alone in the Scooby-Doo shit. Listen, that doesn't matter. When they take me up there, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to confess. I'm gonna say I was behind everything. I was behind all the murders. Just me, no one else. And maybe if I do so, I can save Camille.
Maybe you can save Camille, but then what happens when the murders keep happening?
All I can do right now, kid. I'm sorry.
Sometimes, unfortunately, it's best to do nothing. There are other ways to save Camille.
You think you can?
I think it's very possible, and I think that I do want to save her, but I think if we can prove that the murderer is still out there, that's far more beneficial to everyone.
Gotcha. Make a persuasion check, Callie, to convince him to not plead guilty to a
Oh,
crime he
man.
didn't.
I'm so good at persuasion. That's a 2.
No, I'm gonna be guilty.
Well,
No.
we'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, Callie, your godfather really, really loves you. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Loves you too much.
Well, can you at least give me names of people you're working with? Because I know you weren't working alone. Because maybe you don't have the information to stop this, but maybe if we can piece everything together, then a bigger picture might reveal itself.
No. If I was working, look, he definitely. You're not going to find your answers there by asking anyone who may or may not have. Look, the thing is,
Don't tell me what
know where-
what I will or will not happen. Tell me what I
You know,
want to
I don't-
know, and I'll find out for myself.
I don't know for sure who's behind everything that's going on, but I know it ain't. You know, I can make a pretty good guess though of where you should look and who you should suspect, because you know there's
That's
only
fine,
one man in there.
But tell me what
only-
I'm actually asking for instead of dodging the question.
There's only one man in the city who would know how to make a poison out of the blight. Only one man in the city who messes around with that shit. Callie, if you want to know who poisoned Cecil with the blight, it's gotta be the same man who did it the first time. And I feel like that's all you got to know.
What the fuck is his problem?
Insight check. What the fuck is
What the
this?
fuck is his Hey, Callie does not have the right to ask what anyone else's problem, first of all.
No, that's not Callie saying that. That's me, because I keep asking him, dude, I get your theories, and I have my own theories. I'm asking for a specific piece of information, and you're fucking dodging the question.
I do
You have
feel
to
like
roll
Dodgy
the
guy.
2 on persuasion.
I do feel like at this point you
My
kind of get
persuasion
the
wasn't
sense
relevant
that
to this.
he's not gonna say jack shit. He will never rat out whoever she is.
She.
Yeah, it was Esme.
Yeah. Well, and like Callie,
Alright.
you hear that the guards are coming.
Callie was going to leave without saying a word anyways.
Okay. So Callie's leaving without saying a word because, well, you know. And anyway, speaking of Esme, we cut back to the clinic, which is worryingly empty at this point. But I mean, there's presumably other staff members, but the three that we know exist are not there anymore. One of them exploded. One of them is arrested for that. One of them is a judge in that trial. So hope the patients are okay. Anyway, Arch sneaks into the clinic. How's this gonna go, Zane?
Arch is gonna go wake up Esme.
She's in a coma.
Kind of in a coma.
Not kind of.
I'll go
She
grab
is
some
in a coma.
I'm gonna go grab some adrenaline.
Oh,
Give me
make a stop at
Give
the
me-
adrenaline shop.
Give me a medicine check, and I hope you don't roll a one. Wait, you can't.
Oh,
roll.
here's the thing. I'm proficient in medicine, so yeah, I can't roll below a 10. And I get to, and I can add a D8 to this if I wanted for shits and giggles.
I don't think Arch. Okay, so you're going to inject her with adrenaline.
That's 24 plus 5, 29.
Okay, so you managed to find like a syringe full of you've managed to find like a syringe full of adrenaline, and like we see Arch like flicking the syringe and like squirting out a bit, like doctors do that, and you put it in and you do it, and you see a little bit of her blood like going into the syringe. I don't know why I'm super in detail. Like, you know how syringes work, but you stab her with adrenaline and she just fucking screams. And like her like EKG, her like heartbeat monitor is fucking freaking out because she was in a coma and you just stabbed her full of fucking adrenaline.
Did it work?
I think it worked.
She's like thrashing around and like screaming in pain.
You keep talking about her screaming, but you don't talk about it working.
Arch might not
stands there
end this
and,
arc on crew.
I love that. Arch is
he waits for a
proficient in
second.
medicine. Zane isn't. And she's in the hospital from a like heart attack. I feel like some adrenaline will fix that. I don't.
I mean, the other thing was just to connect to her psychically.
Why did you do that?
I'm in a hospital.
Also,
I
I feel
wait
like
for her to
somebody
stop
does have to be
screaming.
conscious for that to work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
tried
think-
that earlier, and you said that she wasn't here right now. Leave a message at the beep.
Yeah, Callie tried it, I think.
I did.
So I feel like she just like you like hear like stream of thought like rambling like Callie, hey, Callie, and then she just fucking faints again.
Don't do it.
Yes, man, I need you to wake up.
Hey,
He's gonna pull out some. He's gonna go search for some smelling salts.
I thought you were searching for more adrenaline. You're just gonna
No.
give her a heart attack at that point.
She is awake and conscious now. I just need her to actually wake up. I'm gonna go grab some smelling salts from somewhere. I'll come right back.
You're gonna fucking
This is just-
kill
we're
my
gonna get, like-
sister.
we're going to get like just increasingly more ridiculous, and we cut back in the middle of the trial to him throwing a fucking bucket of water at her, or like just screaming in her ears to try and wake her up.
This is not what I thought you meant when you said Arch has his ways, or that you're working on something.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody expects the fucking adrenaline shot. My God.
You do some like a fucking smelling starts under her nose, and I feel like smelling salts don't cure you from comas, admittedly.
Well, you said she woke up and she was talking. That's out of a coma now.
Does the hospital have
Smelling
poppers?
salts will help. Smelling salts will help wake someone up from like unconsciousness, not a coma. But you said you
Okay.
roleplayed
r
as if she
slash
just did
ask
wake up from a
science.
coma.
Why can't smelling salts be used on those who are in a coma? And
Casey,
Casey.
you had her do an entire thing where she woke up from a coma because
yeah,
of the
she's not
adrenaline
immediately
shot.
gonna go back into a coma. If you didn't want her to be awake from the coma, you shouldn't have woken her up at all.
okay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's why I
let
grabbed
sleeping
smelling salts
coma
this
patients
time.
lie.
Okay. So I'm just going to say she's like vaguely you can get through to her for a few moments and ask like, tell you what, I'll say you get 3 questions before she faints again.
I'll connect her psychically at this point since
Why
she's
did you-
awake.
So
Since she's
connect her-
awake now. It's to make the communication easier since she can just think.
So, what are you going to ask?
Your family's dying around you. Your sister's on trial right now. Anything you know to help out, you need to tell me.
That's not a question.
Good
Not a
point,
question.
Good point.
I didn't cast speak with the dead and asking questions. I'm talking to a person.
No, you can't
As-
speak with plants because she's
As,
etched.
No!
She's a government plant.
as much as Casey wants to say I have 3 questions, I'm talking to a human.
I was trying to like I sometimes as DM you like offer things as like okay, she's like did made mistake scary ghost not real killer still out there not Ulrid not
Shadow? Ghostman?
not
Scary man made a
Shadow.
deal?
Ghostman was fake. No Shadow. Yeah, I'll just give you this. You can sense from like the psychic like asking her things. She doesn't really have any clue what you mean when you're talking about a shadow.
That's fine.
And she's still kind of loopy from the coma and the adrenaline and the smelling shots and the fucking bucket of
Smelling
water
shots.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Melly.
just got an EpiPen and just
These,
Ah.
On top of
No
the
more
adrenaline.
no more injections. Don't Please don't inject me again. I don't like needles very much. And be sure to throw it away afterwards.
If you can, if you can try to get up, if you feel any sort of okay, grab a wheelchair and we can go to the trial that's going to be happening soon. You need to tell them.
I feel like she's going to faint again.
I slap her. No, I don't.
Do you know how little HP she has?
I don't slap her.
I
That's a
feel like
joke.
if a commoner has 1 HP, Esme has 0.25.
Yeah.
So one slap would kill her because it would be twice her max HP.
It would be 3 times.
Quadruple.
Or
So
4
it wouldn't
times.
kill her?
That's not how that works. Yeah, actually, it'd cause an integer overflow, and she'd live. It'd heal her.
Yeah. Then you die.
So does
Yeah.
Arch want to do anything else while he's here?
Well, she's confirming. Well, apparently she had enough information to let us know that a ghosty figure is the one behind things. So I'm gonna
That is
go
very much
and
the opposite of what she said.
well, not ghost. So she said not ghost, but not Orin and them. Can I see the suspect sheet again? Go over there. I'm gonna leave her. She said she let her rest now, and she's not in a coma anymore. She's just asleep. So when people come back and she gets a rest, she can wake up normally.
Okay, so you are on the suspect ribbon with characters on it.
God damn it! It is Radio Jimmy.
That
Um,
bastard.
They're gonna have to replace him with Radio Klinger. But that doesn't work because, like, Jimmy isn't the name of the character from that show.
So the only person that we know survived, and we don't even know if he's actually dead now. Wait, did he actually die during the? Did Cecil actually die during the attack?
No, Cecil is
clinic.
still alive, although he wasn't at the hospital when you were there for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's him.
Cecil is the only one who actually survived that didn't instantly just turn into pure dust from the flames. Everyone else did. Or we were told that everyone else did. We don't know exactly what happened to these bodies.
That also is because of me, though.
Yeah. We don't know if
it's
these
because of
people are
something.
actually alive or not.
I will
You see,
say,
we know
you
hate
definitely
women,
know
but
that.
that doesn't mean you have to invalidate Callie's achievement.
Yes, it does.
Well, I think you really owe credit to her abusive father for the fact that her brother isn't dead.
Okay, so you're taking Callie's work and giving credit to a man. I see how it is.
No,
Also, Casey
Wow,
never
Callie's
denied.
smart for a
Wow,
woman.
Casey.
Casey never denied hating women.
He knows
No.
we wouldn't believe him.
Do you
That's
have
true.
any other questions before we go to the trial?
Hmm.
I will offer in the middle of the trial, I'm going to, and we can tell you what. The prize for solving this mystery is getting to decide what my Discord name is for the rest of the campaign. I will give you like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast, show you the clues you need to look at to figure it out, in return for you all forfeiting the right to know what my name, to change my name.
I think we
No,
all have
we're
to
okay.
agree. We have to agree on the brain blast, though. Like
Yes.
every single one of us, not a single person can disagree.
Unanimous vote.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for.
Any other questions before we warp to the trial?
No.
So we go to the courthouse, and it is packed. There are 3 commanders, a bunch of soldiers, a whole crowd of Citadel people. Also, Callie's mom's there, but she's not relevant. Or is she? Maybe she's the real killer. Is Arch
No.
there?
Arch walks into the room dramatically, pushing Esme in on a wheelchair. No, she doesn't. Yeah, Arch is hiding.
Okay. Callie's already pissed at you. Do not steal her sister.
Oh, he doesn't do that. No, Arch is somewhere watching.
Okay. And you also can get a perception check from someone.
Yep, I got it. Somebody want to give me the help action?
Yeah, I will assist.
Ooh.
This is not something that needs on the map.
No, it's not, but that's a 31.
31. Callie, you can see there's this sort of faint shimmering. It's more visible on the map for your sake, but there's this faint shimmering around the suspects and around the commanders. You can see there are these walls of force set up, which, makes sense because the previous night there was a riot that tried to kill the family of one of the commanders. So, makes sense for them to put up the force walls.
Kind of crazy that
But
they don't use Zone of Truth in court.
Yeah, but we're going to pretend that spell doesn't exist because that would completely invalidate this entire story arc. Also, Speak with Dead. There are a lot of D&D spells that invalidate mysteries.
Fun fact, that's actually the reason there are so many decapitated corpses in Baldur's Gate 3 is because of Speak with Dead.
You make fun of me for not being able to talk, and you say
That's funny as
decapitating
hell.
horses.
Hey, I know I can make fun of you while also being bad at it. A game recognizes game, The same goes with being shit at something.
Yes. And so Scarlet brings the trial to order, and she says, "This is a public inquiry to determine the guilt of Camille Bardot, Walter Groggins, and Ulrin Moonshine. Members of the public will be permitted to speak their thoughts on the guilt of the defendants after the evidence has been presented. However, this is an official government inquiry, and I would like to remind our guests to stay civil and polite. If you are not, you will be removed from this courtroom. After we have discussed the charges and the evidence, myself, Commander 2, and Commander 3 will each vote on what sentence should be handed down." And don't even think about the fact that this isn't how trials work. This is how trials work in the Citadel. And the Citadel is where all the smart people are, so that this is the smart way to do a trial, which is by having members of the public allowed to speak their opinions.
Hell yeah.
The alternative is you get kicked out because none of you are fucking lawyers.
That's also not
And there's
how
some murmur.
trials work.
And Older just says, "I am aware, of course, of the potential for impropriety in this case, given my relation to one of the defendants. However, as I have shown in the 70 years I have served as a commander, I'm not swayed by petty sentimentalities. My priority is, and always has been, survival of the Citadel. Callous as it is to say, this is more important than any blood relation. We'll also use this opportunity to announce that as soon as this trial ends, I'll be stepping down from my position as commander to dedicate more time to my research." And Scarlet asks all of them for the plea, and Camille pleads not guilty, and Groggins pleads not guilty, and Ulrin kind of looks back at you guys. And is there anything you want to do to persuade him from not doing something dumb? Is there anything you can do?
I can cast message, and I'll just say, "Tell the truth, please."
Make a persuasion roll?
I'll also add I promise you, you won't become the hero that you think you're becoming. That's a 9.
Ulrin is going to sigh and he's going to turn to them and say, I'm guilty. I alone am guilty for elements of this crime. And Scarlet just kind of smiles at that and, good. Well, we'll hear what you have to say in a moment. And Scarlet, who I guess Scarlet is our prosecutor and also the judge. I see no conflict of interest in that. This is how court should actually be done.
As he's on the stand, could I insight check him just from the audience?
Sure. Insight check. And I will say, let's assume that you guys have shared all information with each other except for the information that only Arch knows.
And that'll be 22.
22. Ulrin, you can tell with that 22. Yeah, he's gonna do something dumb. He's going to just say, it was me, it's all me. And let's see.
I would speak at that to him and just say, you aren't a martyr and you should not be, and it will solve nothing. And I would like to attempt to persuade him. Nice. A nudge.
Roll. I'm surprised Kelly's not good at persuasion because she's so personable and friendly.
No,
that's
the
a
whole
23.
thing. Is Callie's like?
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah.
What was that roll, Akash?
23.
23. I don't know. It's like you have like dad to Callie vibes, and he has like dad to Callie vibes, and Alter fucking doesn't have dad to Callie vibes.
No, he does not.
Kind of inherently can sense that you're like a cool father figure, and you have the father figure bond psychically.
No, that's
It's called
that's not what I meant when I said Callie looks up to Nikolai.
Daddy.
Oh.
Nikolai's a dad.
Daddy wasn't bad.
He's a better daddy than your real daddy. So anyway, what is
No.
Nikolai's opinion on Kelly's mother?
What the fuck?
I'm going to get one of the members of the party to eventually.
Okay, yeah, you're going to wait. So what you're saying is you want to force the gay woman to not be gay?
No.
Casey.
Oh,
I want
Casey's
to
getting
force your mother.
canceled again.
Oh, that.
Hmm.
No.
Oh, stepfather shit. What the fuck?
Callie will kill you. That's if Callie
I don't
can
think
reach
Nikolai
you
wants
before you
anything
kill
to do with
yourself
that.
from dealing with Callie's mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Maybe that's what killed all the victims. They had to deal with her. Even the ones that didn't deal with her just
Never
could sense
met her in
psychically
their
that
life.
she existed. That was the
The close proximity is
They
just
knew
being
she-
in the city. Close.
So Scarlet begins her opening statement. Cliff, PP, Madison Malarkey, Carrion Voltaire, Ethel Logjam, Tanther Cone Zone, and LT Columnome. These six Citadel citizens were all murdered using a specialized poison made from the Blight. Each of them was chosen to cause panic and chaos within the Citadel. In addition, Cecil Cypress, brother of one of the defendants, was also poisoned and only has this morning begun to recover. The doors open and some guards are like pushing in Cecil in a wheelchair. He's got this breathing mechanism implanted in his chest, and he just looks very, very barely alive. With glazed over eyes, pale skin, covered in sweat. Cecil does not look so hot. And like as he's being wheeled up, he kind of like glances over at the party, and you can just see how confused and scared he looks.
Callie will just give him a sympathetic nod.
And Scarlet says, unfortunately, his injuries remain severe. How do you feel, Mr. Cypress? And Cecil can, like, with his hand on a little, like, Stephen Hawking computer, P-A-I-P-S, I an
Okay, so we have a
exclamation
Stephen
mark,
Hawking
exclamation
computer,
mark,
but we don't
exclamation
have
mark.
fucking security cameras?
Fuck it.
We have airships.
True.
That's a very different from a
There's
computer.
Literally
though.
a magic spell that works as a security camera.
Well, shut up. Why are you? Shut up. Scarlet says, I enter into the public record Exhibit 1. Letter from Cyrenus sheep tender Meg Fox. And then she reads off that letter that Clum Gnome read to you last time about the sheep, like, suddenly dying of the blight after Groggins had gone to get some blood from it to make vaccines for Camille. And Scarlet continues, this letter describes Groggins killing a sheep in the same manner the victims died. This was likely done as a test run before the actual killings began. Groggins, captain of the Wasp 6, was in Cyrenus on official business working for Bardot at the time. Bardot, having recently finished her medical training, was tasked with her father with making the blind pax vaccines that were distributed across the city. I enter into the public record Exhibit 2, a patient list for the blind patient list for the blindpox vaccinations. Each of the victims received an injection from Bardot prior to their deaths. We believe that Bardot tampered with the vaccines, replacing them with poison to kill the victims she selected. Enter into the public record Exhibit 3, and she pulls out like these vials of medicine. I don't know what color it would be. Let's say red. 6 vials of blindpox vaccine taken from the Cyprus clinic that were tested by Commander 2 this morning. Each of these vials contains minuscule traces of the blight, enough to kill someone. 6 more vials of poison ready to be used by the defendant. I enter into the public record Exhibit 4, a major image projector stolen from the docks that Ulrin Moonshine manages. This projector was used to create an illusion of Citadel founder Crimson O'Herring in an attempt to intimidate Commander 2 into revealing some undisclosed secret. I enter into the public Exhibit 5, a transcript of the Ghost demands. That night, after the ghost appeared, Moonshine showed up at the park, likely to retrieve the projector. These are the facts of this case. The guilt of the defendants, I feel, is obvious. We will now open up questions to members of the public. And there's a lot of people like clamoring and talking, but does any of the party want to run up to the witness bench?
Can I would go up to Ulrin and I would just ask, who are you protecting?
And he's just gonna fuck. Protecting the only people I've ever cared about.
Why are you protecting them and who are they?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you the name of the person I'm protecting. That's not. Oh. Go back to your seat, Ulrin says.
So you're saying that we cannot take your confession seriously?
I haven't even gotten my chance to speak yet. I don't. Actually, that's a good point.
Your Marta act is just that. It's an act. And maybe you're complicit, but you're not wholly complicit.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. Stupid. Actually, this guy's gotta be he's like halfling. He ages slower, but he's over 70 at the youngest from what he said about things in the backstory.
Yeah, he has to be older.
And Ulren's going to, after you've kind of gone through, if I can have a moment to speak, I'd like to say that I was responsible for that ghost, but I was not responsible for the poisonings. I did that out of spite towards Commander 2. It was a prank. I had nothing to do with any of the killings, and neither did either of these people. And Ulrin is public. And Scarlet's like, what should Scarlet say in response to that?
Nuh-uh.
Hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
No.
Scarlet just smiles and says, good, now we know for certain what we already suspected, that you had a part to play in this. But as you are, by your own admission, dishonest, I really see no point in trusting your truth on the idea that no one else had anything to do with this, or that your co-defendants are innocent. Strike one. What would the party like to say or do or enter into evidence? Or I'm opening it up to you to try and fix this travesty of justice.
What's
Assuming
only thing I
the
have
column
is-
known like stress
Oh.
stuff has been entered.
Yeah, I only
Okay.
have like the woman exploding with because of the stress that Ulrin caused, which would be worse for Ulrin.
Yeah, that would be bad for him. The courthouse
Well,
is moving.
actually, the
There's an
prank caused that.
earthquake.
Oh no,
Skyquake,
it
I
falls.
guess.
The ceiling,
Actually,
the ceiling
Court,
fan-
it's opposite day.
a ceiling fan falls down and lands on Cecil. He's just having a bad week.
But like putting Ulrin in a worse position might open us up something to like get him a deal where if he gives away who he's colluding with, that he could get a reduced sentence.
Yeah. Although to be fair, so Arch knows, and does Callie have figured out who Ulrin was working with?
The Shadow Man, I presume, but I don't know.
So
I know-
Jordan hasn't, so Callie definitely hasn't.
No. I don't know. I told you I'm bad at these types of things.
You are. Oh
the
no, I've
fuck?
made too difficult of a mystery, and now your sister's gonna get executed.
Yeah, this is your fault, Casey, and I won't forgive you. What does Callie say? I don't feel like Callie has that much. Like the problem is you haven't really given us like concrete evidence that could be used in court. It's all fucking hearsay.
Well, you can say hearsay.
Hearsay.
You can like go up and point and do the Perry Mason. I think you were responsible, Dr. Dinosaur. As a hypothetical.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Or you could ask questions about like what the evidence been provided, like try and see if there's any holes in like the arguments. Or you could ask like, what's their motive? I'm opening it up to whatever you think of. And there's also Arch in the back if Arch wants to redeem himself.
I mean, Arch didn't really do anything other than give reports.
We still don't know what secret Ulrin's trying to get at.
Yeah, we really don't know like the larger thing behind it.
We could press him on that
Yeah.
if he
We could press him
suspects
on
the
that.
secret.
You could ask him. You can ask anything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orin is the key.
Anything.
You want to ask that?
I mean, yes, but we need to think. I think we should have.
Could
a
I
game
do
plan
kind
if
of
we go into
like-
this.
Just a perception check to see if there's anybody particularly fixated on Orin.
Sure, give me a perception
Can I
check.
give him
I don't have a great
guidance on that?
perception,
Oh,
but-
do you want to ask Callie to do it then?
Yeah, I'd go hand on your shoulder, and then I'd give you the help action for that.
Awesome. That's 28.
As a 28. Okay, Callie, you can just see anything. No one see. Most people, just the whole crowd, your mother, all the guards, looking directly at Ulrin. I feel like Cecil is staring at Camille. I feel like the only person in this courtroom who isn't looking at the defendants is your father, who is staring at you.
Right. Okay. Well, I have an idea, and I want to vet this with other people before I go and do it, because I have that copy of the data that my father took of me, and so I'm thinking, what if I fucking like Ace Attorney? Like, I think actually you, Alder, are the one who did this because you're not above experimenting on your children. What makes us like? Why should we believe that you're not above experimenting on the public of Citadel? You've looked down on everyone since day one.
And he just did his whole big emphasis about like, oh, the city's so important, while also stating that he's pulling himself from the public face after this. So
Exactly.
And
I mean,
also,
you
even
real
if it
quick,
doesn't do
real quick,
anything, it's bad publicity.
Yeah.
Callie didn't get the blind pox vaccine though,
No, Callie
No.
wouldn't. That was
but you
given.
still have a blight level.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Kelly
have
does
a
have a
blight. Okay, no. So
Well,
the thing
you
is,
interact
Alex,
with the blight too.
yes, but the thing is, Alex, is that when Callie was first in, like, when Ulrin was experimenting on Callie was like 9 or 10 years old.
Mhm.
She like this was way before blind pox was even a problem that warranted a vaccine.
Honestly, judging by the data, it was from day one of newborn.
Yeah.
Your dad's the worst.
Yes.
And so these people might have had a level of blight in them for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for like
Callie
at least
was-
20 years.
Callie at least has she built it up through resistance over time through her father's
I
experiments.
had to spend so long thinking about how to make Callie not instantly die to the blight. I have like there are multiple mechanisms in my story that provide that, and in my character.
So, you can present this evidence, like call out your father if you want, and you can see how that'll go.
Yeah, well, do other people think that this is a good idea?
I would say
Yeah,
yes,
fuck
and
it.
Nikolai would support this. Just
Okay.
it puts him on the spot. He is trying to place himself as the point of authority, and if anything, it removes him from that or sheds some doubt, then that's not nothing.
Right. Okay, then I think Callie will approach and go, well, with regards to the blind pox vaccine, as you stated, the Camille was under orders of my father when it came to developing it, and they share a lab. It could be very easy that somebody tampered with it. However, I have some new evidence that I would like to introduce, and Callie will put forward the copy of the documents. I came across documents of my father's that are data logs of experimentation of me, my sister, or my two sisters, and my brother. He has been experimenting on us since we were born and measuring our blight levels ever since. Now, if this man is not above experimenting on his own children, what's to say he's not above experimenting on the citizens of Citadel? He's already told me that my own purpose in life was to be an experiment. That is why I exist. Why would he have any more empathy for people that he's never met and will never meet? I firmly believe there is a very good chance that he tampered with the blind pox vaccine in his own twisted experiment at a much larger scale than just his 4 children.
And you've entered this into record, and you can kind of look up and see your father. And can you give me an insight check?
He's proud of you.
22.
22. You can see this look on his face. He's not surprised that you're bringing this up, and he's prepared for it. And he's like, yes, I imagined this would come out eventually. This was the secret that Ulrin wanted me to reveal. This is the secret that caused all of this to happen. When my children were young, I experimented on them in an attempt to build up an ingrained resistance to the Blight. This project, I might add, was successful, saving Kaliara and Cecil's lives. But, evidently, Will did not take the news that she was a research subject well and turned to violence and carried out these killings to force me to reveal this. Thank you, Kaliara.
Let me ask you one thing. When did Camille find out about the experimentation on her?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her. And Camille's going to... I feel like Camille just speaks up and says, pardon? I was what? You did what? When I was what? This is news to me!
He bursts into flames again.
So
and Nikolai would step forward and just point at him and say, if that was the truth, then it would have been revealed and entered into record as supporting your argument. It is now a response. It is a reaction. It's not truth.
So now you've been...
And I feel like...
How could have Camille acted
go
out
ahead.
against this if she didn't even know it happened?
Well, she could be
So you're lying.
first off.
Yeah, no, I know, but I know Camille, and my dad knows Camille, and we know that she's not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like you hear from behind you just the sound of like a glass shattering, and if you look over your shoulder, you see your mother horrified, like staring at your father as she learns this, and Yvette's just like,
did she have a glass of wine in court?
is that... She's had a rough week. Her daughter is on trial. Her son can't talk. Her son is Stephen Hawking. Her other daughter is getting stabbed with adrenaline by random otters. Yes,
So
Alex.
good.
Alex can make an insight check, but that's like you. That's why. That is why you gave me. That is why you dumped me, you son of a bitch. I wondered. You said, "Oh, it's because I'm too old to have children anymore," and I was confused as why you would even want that, because you clearly don't even love the ones you have now. That's why you want to remarry, you son of a bitch. And Alder snaps his fingers, and some guards are just gonna take your mother out because she's being disruptive and cursing out one of the judges. Your mom got contempt in court.
Damn, straight up King Henry. He's gonna go kill his wife because she can't bear children anymore.
Honestly, one of the few moments where Callie's mom has been based.
Yeah, actually, the only
Be
moment
clear,
in
it's
her
not
entire
Yeah, it might be the
life.
only one.
To be clear, it's not over hurting the children. It's over divorcing her to marry a much younger woman.
But the children were brought up.
It's still a valid reason, to be fair. Like, are you saying that if you
Alex,
got dumped so somebody could date, your significant other could date someone younger than you wouldn't be pissed?
Yeah. But also, Alex, with that insight check, Alder is being completely honest. That is the secret, as far as he knows, the secret Ulrin wanted out. And Alder says, yes, you're right. I have done experiments in the past. In fact, I'll be completely honest to this court. I was planning on remarrying to have more children to experiment on. However, you'll notice that proves my innocence, because one of the victims was my new fiancé.
Objection.
Okay, Phoenix, right? What's your objection?
But you said that Camille acted out after finding out this information. Camille just learned the information. How could she have acted
Yeah,
out
she's
on
lying.
it if she didn't know? I disagree. We both know
Defendants
that
tend to
Camille
lie
is.
for criminal case.
We both know that Camille is not a particularly good liar.
Camille's like, okay, rude, but true.
If Camille was going to lie, we would be able to tell. I would be able to tell. I don't even have to think about it to know that that's the truth. Camille would not react that way if she was lying. You are the one that's lying. So why don't you actually tell us the truth?
Truth is, I didn't poison anyone, and you're just grasping at straws. Because
Insight
much
check.
like your sister, you're angry about your existence.
18.
Insight check. 18. He's being... You can tell your father's starting to get heated from you, like, dragging his ass through the mud publicly, but he's telling the truth. He's being very careful in what information he reveals, but he seems to be being honest to you when he says he didn't poison anyone and that your sister is angry at him.
All right. Maybe that is true, but I can tell you're withholding information. Why don't you tell us everything you know? Because let's be honest, there's not much. If you withhold information, it's not going to be helpful to anyone. And let's say that we do condemn these three. What happens when more poisonings take place? Then you're going to
You know
have
what?
3 innocent people dead, and the killings are still going on.
And Alder just sighs and like tense his fingers, like he's going full Gendo Akari, staring at you. If only he had glasses like his son. I push for him to have glasses. He's right. All right. Want a thing that I have not revealed publicly? There will be more killings, even if we execute these 3, but not because anyone else is going to be poisoned. As Lieutenant Columnome, or as LT Columnome, his name isn't actually Lieutenant, his first name is LT. As Columnome explained to your fighter the previous night, there are more people out there who have already been poisoned. I feel like we're going to see death after death in the next couple weeks, even if Camille is cut off from her ability to give any more injections to anyone because they've already been poisoned. Fortunately, I have begun work on a cure for these extra people who have been poisoned, which I should be able to have done by the end of the month. Anyone who has seen the defendants, anyone who has gone to the Cyprus Medical Clinic in the past couple weeks, I'd recommend avoiding stressful situations like the one that is happening right now in this courtroom. And you see him kind of look out to see, are any of these fuckers gonna explode now?
Yeah,
No. Okay, that's good.
No one's exploding. Damn. I want to see.
Where's the juice that makes you explode? We need to plant some evidence.
I want to see Goggins' reaction to me like directing it towards Alder. Does he seem like relieved, or is he like, what the fuck is happening?
Kind of like confused. He has no clue what's going on as far as you can tell, but he's like looking at you and you kind of get him like nodding your head like, kid, I don't know if your dad's the bad guy, but please, for the love of God, prove it.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know where to go from here.
Alder explains, I will be doing more research in the future, but these killings, they don't resemble my research at all. These killings are random acts of violence against random targets. Like, where is the data being collected? Not something I would do. I wouldn't poison random people just to see them die. And I feel like just the vibe of the courtroom. A lot of people are like staring daggers at Alder, but he seems like completely calm and composed. He thinks he's on top of this. He thinks he will not. Well, he's like a politician. He's not facing consequences for poisoning his kids, because he's not going to face consequences for experimenting on his kids, and he knows he didn't murder anyone.
So is child experimentation just not illegal here?
Oh, it's super illegal, but who's going to tell him no? And I do feel like you can see Dr. Dinosaur starting to like look at Alder and just be like really, really sad.
You know, most places I've been to at least have child experimentation as something that shouldn't be happening, let alone from some of the highest officials.
Oh, really? Where else have you been, Mr. Emmerich?
Well,
Where are
I
you
know
from?
my homeland. It's fallen. It's Oakton. It used to be much greater. At least
Olston.
greater leaders than you.
Damn.
I disagree with that. Because I am a very great leader, because what I am doing, what my research has been, is to save the Citadel, to kill the Blight and restore the world that was lost. That is all I have ever fought for. Now, perhaps, in the future, I will be more public about my experiments. But I'm sure I can find plenty of people who would very willingly give their children over for experimentation if it meant a chance at saving their lives from accidents like the one that happened to my son or my daughter. And Scarlet, I feel like Scarlet's going to say, enough. We will deal with Alder's guilt for any crimes he may have committed years ago later. Alder is not the one on
something
trial.
as Alder kind of finishes. I would like to cantrip send a message over to the Captain Groggins. And I would just be saying, come forth and tell of the one who paid you, of the one above you. You can be spared. You were just an accomplice. You were just a goon. You were just the one carrying out orders.
Groggins is going to respond, yeah, I don't know shit, buddy. I don't know shit. I was told to go get some blood from a sheep in Cyrenus and bring it back so it could be made into the vaccine juice. I don't know shit. I didn't do shit. I didn't kill anyone. I should not be here
Who
right now.
told you?
Sorry, I'm acting kind of mad and I'm cursing, but I'm gonna die. And also, my cousin exploded last night, apparently, and still haven't dealt with that grief. I'm having a bad week.
Who told you?
It was just a directive that was sent to the ship saying to.
Where was the directive from? This is crucial.
It was from the public health office, which, I mean, Alder's in charge of it, but his daughter works for it. We were sent a box full of syringes, instructions on how to take the blood, like a freezer to keep it cold as we transported it back. I mean,
Two questions then. Do you have good paperwork? Would you have a record of that you received that? So we can look at that. And when you returned it, when you took it back, where did you drop it off? Who did you give it to and hand it on over to?
I handed it to my co-defendant. I handed it to Camille. After I got the blood, I gave her the vials of blood.
And do you have a record of the directive?
Yes. And we can assume that all of the paperwork and the order sent to Groggins is already there, and let's just pretend Scarlet has already entered it into evidence.
Would it have any names on it other than the just health organization?
It would have the public health office like letterhead. Maybe like, tell you what, it has like a stamped signature from Alder that is on all paperwork from that office, not an actual signature he signed.
Okay, then I would be going to Camille and being like, we're just going to follow this trail. Where did you take it to? Who did you turn it into? This is official. I'm assuming this. he turned into an official organization, an office. There were signatures, handoffs, so forth.
And Camille is gonna say, I made the vaccines. It was just me. My father didn't help in any way. I'd studied under him in doing research like this in the past, but I was the one person who oversaw all of the process of making the blind pox vaccination.
Is there a possibility or a chance even that was complicated, just invaded your workspace, your work itself, corrupted?
I mean,
without your
I guess
knowledge?
it's possible that prior to it getting to me or after it was completed, someone sabotaged it. Like, I guess, like, if Groggins poisoned it before giving it to me, then that would have resulted in vaccines that were tainted with the blight. But I would have had no way to know that.
Other than Older, the head of the organization, who would have had easy access to your offices?
I mean, me, my father, the nurses, maybe, probably not patients, although given how much paperwork from our office that has been showing up in this trial, evidently we need to install new locks, because apparently just anyone can go in and rob this place. The party's robbed it like 4 times.
Yeah.
Casey, would we know enough about the formula used, like enough, like
I will
based
say-
on knowledge, to know if it was like inherent to the formula, or if it would have been
I will
added
say-
afterwards? So it could have
I
been
would
added
say
in
the only
distribution,
people-
kind of.
I'd say the only people on the planet that would have that level of medical knowledge are Camille and Older.
Okay. And then I would go to Older himself and say, "You say you're innocent. Who would have had access?"
Myself, my daughter, the nurses.
Look at Scarlet. Can we get a record of and a list of all the nurses who would have had access?
Sure,
Names?
you can.
Do we have that?
Sure, and he'll like give you a list, and it says Madison Malarkey and a bunch of people you've never heard of before, because they aren't.
Okay, so there are no names on that are like kind of coming out.
Yeah, nothing there.
Okay.
I will say, one of you has with you the evidence that will break this case apart. You just haven't realized it yet.
Hot sauce.
It's
It's flavor. It's Myrna. We just need Myrna
Come
to
on,
have
Myrna,
a coherent thought for once.
Does Myrna have a coherent thought? Oh no.
I think the stress would make her blow up from blight.
That's the question. of the
Because it
campaign.
isn't just one of you knows what can save you, it's will that player realize how they can save everyone?
It's fucking me. I feel like it is, which means we're so
I feel like it
screwed.
has to be.
It's me, then that's gonna be disappointing for everyone.
I would like to remind everyone we do have a clues channel that you could reread and try to piece stuff together.
That's true.
I didn't. I may have forgotten to
And-
update it with the most recent one, but actually, it's still got the letters, which were the big clues last time.
It does mention a strange woman showing up at her home tonight looking for father. Mother was
Yeah, that
hostile. She was one of the nurses who works at the
Yeah, I
clinic.
feel
Can't
like you
recall her
can-
name.
From context, piece it together. Oh, that was Madison to like talk about like the divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say.
So is Madison his new lover?
Was
Was.
that the goblin
Yeah, they're
woman?
past tense.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, baby.
Alder
He
doesn't
likes
discriminate.
goblins, specifically because they age. This is not something that I don't think is going to be said,
Fucking-
but it could have been like said. Is that the reason we wanted a goblin bride is because goblins age faster?
Okay, well,
Why
I'll
not
tell you
kobold?
Can you
they only
blame your
live 11
dad for
days.
gobbling that gabussy?
They could have dated a
Don't
kobold. They
say
live
that
11
about
days.
Callie's dad.
There is in the notes channel a very some minor inconsequential detail that'll make it click, hopefully. And you
You're
still
saying-
have the brain blast option.
It makes it click, then it's not inconsequential.
Alder just wanted a goblin for some schlaben.
I think Alder should have gone for the kobold.
You cold
Is this in clues you're talking about?
those, yeah, it's
Jason?
in the Under Falling Skies
Is it the
campaign
fucking-
between.
Is it the fact that the not MMX was going after the sheep?
I feel like that has to be the clue to maybe
Yeah, except let's see. Well, I will say just the reason like 7-9 attacking the sheep is like relevant. It's because that stresses sheep out. Those poor stressed out sheep, they exploded in.
Yeah.
Fucking 7-9. I will say, you have been given a piece of information that was just mentioned in passing, both in this session and during the first part of this arc. They'll have the brain blast, which will save my name from being something stupid. I will win!
No.
I think it's time to bring it back to the Citadel. We can ask Ulrin about what he knew. And we also haven't brought up the stress level to courts unless that was something that happened when I was in.
That has been brought
Alder-
up.
I mean,
Fuck.
Alder mentioned it, but
I do think this is a tough mystery. I like it because there's a lot of like thematic parallels and ideas that get discussed that don't directly lead to each other but foreshadow each other, if that makes sense. Or maybe I'm a shitty mystery writer. There's always the emergency brain blast surrender button.
the friendly baker man. Suspicious.
Well,
Uh,
shit, it was the Baker Man all wrong. He was bringing cocaine.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Also, Scarlet is in the notes, at least being suspicious, just kind of being in the city watching things. But like, I don't know if we
Yeah,
have
Scarlet's
anything.
always suspicious. You're gonna have
Yeah,
to
that's
be
just
more.
Scarlet's MO, unfortunately.
He's he the murderer?
Oh, we could ask Camille if she saw the same blood cell bonding, blight particle blood cell bonding.
Yeah, you
in,
can ask her about that.
in boy Cecil.
in boy.
Do you want to ask her that?
I think Jasper will ask her that. It's, say Camille. I recall you, in the beginning of our visit telling us how Callie's blood is, bonding with these blight particles.
Yes, yes. My sister's blood contains a lot of the blight. Honestly, enough that would be very hazardous to a normal person, but because of her resistance that are horrible, horrible, just the worst father who has ever lived, our horrible father. And you can't find me in contempt because I'm already gonna die today if I don't say this. So who gives a shit? I've never been this. I don't normally feel these strong emotions. I'm normally the rational one. But yeah, anyway, Callie's blood contains the blight, but it's kept contained by her white blood cells. I mean, it breaks down if she gets stressed out, but Callie's blood contains the blight. That's like Commander 1 wanted me to take Callie's blood and analyze it at the start of this to make sure Callie wasn't, like, infectious, wouldn't be spreading it. And fortunately, it was completely contained within Callie, as long as she didn't, like, I don't know, as long as she's not... Wait, does Callie... No, I shouldn't say that. As long as Callie isn't, like... I was going to make a reference to it.
As long as Callie isn't rolling dirty 30s on acrobatics.
Yeah, as long as Callie, you know, as long as she's, like, not pouring her blood into people or sharing needles, Callie isn't going to infect anyone. She's fine. Don't get a blood transfusion from her, but she's fine.
Oh, fuck, we all saw Callie's F list.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we might have to... Right Bear the Twister might have to get tested.
Oh,
It's
no.
been a month.
It's
At least Myrna doesn't do heroin.
You don't know that. At least she doesn't do heroin yet.
yeah.
Yes,
No.
we start a Myrna does heroin arc.
No. Myrna does ketamine, horse girl arc.
Yeah. You're like on the verge of think. Alex, you're the smart one. Think.
I'm not. I'm just the one who feels things out, man.
So far, the one thing that's sticking out again is Scarlet keeping the Cliff TP stuff secret, but I don't know.
I got no.
We
fucking
know it's
idea.
somebody that Alder at least works with or likes, and that's not many people.
Yeah, he doesn't like anyone. He actually no. I'll say Dr. Dinosaur is a genuine friend to Alder somehow.
So is Ulrin somehow.
Yeah, but Ulrin doesn't like him anymore because of the horrible stuff he did to the kids. And honestly, Dr. Dinosaur might break with him too. That.
You know,
I
was
I
almost
think it's
expecting
someone
Dr.
on
Dinosaur
Alder's
to be
payroll.
involved.
I think it probably is too.
What was that, Alex?
I thought Dr. Soar was involved somehow because it was like the mixing of the formulas and.
Hey, he's a physicist. He's mixing rocket fuel, I guess. Look, I was limited by the images
That's
I could
not
find
what
for Token.
physicists do.
He's like a comic book scientist. He does science.
Like Dr. Morbius.
You mean what the
As-
term scientist used to be? There used to be no specializations. You just were a scientist. You
Yeah.
had to know everything.
Oh shit. Is the movie Morbius the solution? Is that it? In Morbius? I've never
Morbang.
seen Morbius, but I actually think it might have the answer.
I watched Morbius, but I was so fucked up at the time that I don't remember anything about the movie.
You were morbed out.
Well, fuck.
I just remember him going, "It's morbing time," and then killing everyone.
Yeah.
And then Majin Buu was there.
It is. You're so close. You're all so close. You've almost
Is it
arrived. at the
Majin
right
Buu?
solution. It's not Majin Buu, unfortunately.
Fuck. It's always Majin Buu.
So close.
The blight burst from Cecil's lungs, almost killing him.
Yeah. Well, that's like where the fires came out of.
Oh.
See, the problem is that we're not used to solving puzzles. We're used to breaking them.
Yeah, you are used to breaking them.
So now it's like this is a puzzle that we can't break.
Oh, I'm worried we're gonna get a Torchbearers where you kill the wrong guy after solving the mystery incorrectly.
That guy did deserve to die regardless.
I mean, is
I
this
mean-
a society where the execution happens immediately, or is there like an execution time where we have a couple more days or weeks to figure
Normally
it out?
there would
past
be that
things?
time. With the Citadel on the verge of rioting, though, they might just...
Yeah, these guys got the
Mirna's
fast pass.
crackpot theory is that Dr. Dinosaurus is the bad guy because he's trying to make free energy out of people's bodies, Soylent Green style.
Yes, let's
I'll
just
tell you who
kill a
isn't
potential
spoiling for me.
person immediately, and then let's watch
Casey,
someone
what
else
was
die in a
Scarlett's,
couple
like,
days.
title
Yeah.
years ago when it was vaccine time?
Scarlet has for decades been Commander One.
Okay, it just consistent.
So,
All this stuff in re-
So how
Oh,
much of this administration is anti-vax if they're still here?
True.
None of them. I mean, there's only 3 people left who are dead, and one of them is in charge of the public health, and the other 2 aren't idiots.
Scare them until they die. Let's just scare them until they blow up.
Unfortunately, I don't know. Actually, I was gonna say, well, Scarlet doesn't get stressed. Yes, she does. She got so stressed, she went temporarily blind last session.
And I wasn't even trying.
So close. So
It's
close.
fucking. Dude, I don't know. I don't have anything.
This
I
is
don't
why
have
Mirna
any-
just kills everyone. This is why
Do you
Mirna
remember
just kills
what
everyone.
Cliff discovered?
I also want to bring up to Ulrin that he did in fact kill someone. I just want to make that clear to him. I know that
Well-
like he's not the culprit.
Yeah, you know.
He did
But
kill
you a
someone.
shady ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
He got
Look,
someone
look,
killed.
new crime unlocked and causing unnecessary stress.
Look, it's the question we have to ask ourselves. Is manslaughter really that bad? Is accidentally killing someone a bad thing?
Yes. Yes.
mean- Look, people get accidentally killed all the time.
and and people get punished for doing that.
Not me.
hey,
Your
Ulrin,
killings aren't accidental.
Yeah, no, that guy deserved it.
What you asking, Ulrin Jasper?
there's 2 things I want to get by you. If I remember correctly, and I remember quite well, from a few days back when you put that major image in the little
Yeah.
fountain. You said that it would strike again.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that? Where were you thinking?
Well, there had been a couple killings already, so I just guessed that the killer would kill again.
I see. I thought that it was about the ghost. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That
And
was. That's
I
fine.
just want to make you aware of this. Now, good thing you're next to 2 people already. It's gonna be tough to take in. Are you aware that you may have been responsible for the death of Ethel Logjam?
I mean, yeah, I've kind of probably pieced that together. She was the old lady that had the stress from the stress is what killed her, but I kind of caused that stress, and I guess I'm kind of just repressing that fact because I don't want to think about that.
But you still
Why
did
is this stressing you out?
Yeah,
it.
and I feel like how loud is Jasper being with this conversation?
I'll say that he's like at a pretty. He's not like yelling it out at the top of his lungs, but it's at a normal conversation. Like others around him could probably hear it.
And I feel like if Dr. Dinosaur kind of, because he's like the commander closest to you, kind of overhears this and says, now, this isn't clearly we should discuss, if he is innocent, we'll have to deal with consequences for him later for all that business, but we'll deal with the accidental murders later. This isn't a case of someone carrying out manslaughter. It's someone carrying out deliberate homicide, right?
Well, what I'm getting you, where I'm getting at, yeah, Aldrin, is whoever you're working with is going to land you in a lot of trouble unless you can give them up.
Yeah, I'm not working with any killer. aside from the via manslaughter.
But who are
Right.
you working with? Because I know you're working
I
with
don't-
someone and you refuse to tell us. All I need is a name.
Numbers, Ulrich. What do they mean?
Ulrin,
Yeah,
if
if
you
only
don't
there was
give
someone
up
in
the
the-
if you don't give up the name, then not only will you die, but so will Camille. Your
don't
plan,
want-
your attempt to save Camille has failed. Now, actually listen and give up the name.
And if you truly don't work with any killer,
Callie,
it would be better for you to tell us.
can you do that like silent thing?
Yeah, I'll message him and go, "It's Esme, isn't it?"
Not gonna do anything. I've made my mistakes. I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna endanger the life of your sister. She's been through too much already.
Right.
And even if I did, she would never intentionally hurt someone. She isn't a killer.
Callie sighs. And this is like kind of visibly hard for Callie to do, but there is some information that I've been made aware of that I think could be relevant. Before my sister Esme was put into her coma, she was apologizing to me about something. What, I do not know. However, it's very clear she did not do this by herself, given her state. I think that the key to unlocking this lies within her and information that she has. However, she is currently comatose.
If only there was someone in this courtroom who had spoken to comatose Esme and learned some minor things from her after doing some medical malpractice. If only there was someone who could be here for Callie when she needs him.
That's where I come in. I gave her an adrenaline shot and made her sniff smelling salts.
Honestly, I feel like the problem isn't even that Arch like spied on Callie for her dad. The problem is that Arch will not fess up to it and like talk to Callie.
It's
Arch,
like
Arch is a
literally
jerk.
such a good like layup for Arch to come in, and he's just like, "No, I don't want to."
Arch! Wait, is they might be AWOL, admittedly.
No, I'm here.
On Arch, please.
I kind of missed the last like 30 seconds though.
I said
that's
that I'm introducing like information relating to the fact that before Esme like went into the coma, she was apologizing to me about something she did, and I said there's no way she could have done anything on her own given her condition.
Yeah. I will say you've enough figured out at this part already that Ulrin, I'll just give it to you that Ulrin handled the like illusion, the major image part, but the script being written out and the hacking of the radios was done by our radio host, Esme, from home.
Right.
Yeah.
Think, Arch, think. Did Esme tell you anything? Think about everything she told you after you injected her with that adrenaline.
Well, the first things you said were kind of hard to hear, so I kind of like
Oh.
glazed over it a bit.
Oh. Oh, well, she's like telling you like she's just like the ghost was fake. I'm sorry. Throw away that adrenaline needle. I don't like needles. Like that's what she was talking about.
Arch is going to appear next to Radio Jimmy.
Wait, please. Are you here to hurt me or are you here to save the captain? Please save the captain.
Buff?
Okay, good. Go do that, please. I can see in the middle of the courtroom your friends, they're floundering. I think they need you because you're the smart, scary one.
Okay, stand up. He's gonna climb on his shoulders and tell him to walk forward. so he can.
I am
fire.
entering the well now because I am being forced to by the scary man who haunts my nightmares. You know, I expected Sai to be like of that crew, like the big one, like because she's the cool warrior lady with the tattoos. But no, the one that gets all the time is the random fucking Radar from MASH who you torture. So you lead, Radio Jimmy carries you in. How does the party react to Arch being brought in?
There's like a
All right,
it's
Fucking
like
Ben Otter
you know,
finally
like
appears.
you know, like Alder's eye twitch. Callie does that at the sight of Arch.
That's good.
Jasper is like completely normal about this. I don't think he's been there for any of the information that you found out about
Yeah,
him.
you were too busy having.
Jasper's like, hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah,
I
right,
was
right.
too busy
Callie-
being
Callie-
in psychosis.
Callie was having a mental breakdown, and Jasper was having chili dogs with Columno, which is my dream. It is what I imagine heaven is like.
I mean, every time Arch found
wait.
something, he left the clues for the party. He just never specifically talked to them.
I wonder if the party ever figured out, hey, why is there this folder on the ground? Is that from March?
Why are there so many clues just like magically there that we just
Yeah.
never saw
Hey,
that we
Arch,
turned
hey, Arch.
around?
Does Arch have on him any new clues to hand the party? Is there anything Arch has interacted with this session to hand over?
I mean, he doesn't have anything physically. He didn't give me anything.
Anything from the medical office?
No, you did
Oh,
no.
the only thing I had from the medical office would be Esme's blood.
Why do you have Esme's blood?
Because,
'Cause
you
the
know,
needle.
yeah, you have a syringe full of Esme's blood.
And it was something that Casey specifically made attention to.
Yeah, I've been attending.
What? I know. So Esme Bardot, before the trial, woke up briefly and was fully aware that even though she was not there, that the ghost of O'Haring was not real because she and Oren faked that entire situation.
I feel like Ulrin is just like that. Ulrin is like pounding on the force field, like, oh, you're a son of a bitch, you goddamn otter. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Do not drag her into this. And like Ulrin is just breaking down crying as you're saying this.
Or Callie stares like straight at Ulrin and goes, through message, I don't want anything bad to happen to Esme either, but if
Well then
both
tell
of-
your quartermaster to shut up.
Sadly,
let me respond. The thing is though, is I firmly believe in justice, and as much as I hate to admit it, Esme has committed quite a serious crime. I will protect her from harm, but I won't protect her from the law if she has broken it.
Okay.
You
God, I
have
hate
no
that
one
you
to
kids are such good people.
You have no one to blame but yourself for getting Esme dragged into this.
And Ulrin is not going to respond to that.
Alder is aware of who has been doing this and knows that they can't truly stop them because despite everything, they are still important to him. After discovering the truth of what has been going on, however misguided it is, they were trying to bring their father's horrors to light. If Dr. Soar would like, here's a sample of Esme's blood if you wish to inspect it here before the court.
And Dr. Dinosaur is like, sure, I could. Well, actually, Alder's the expert on blood. He would be more capable of analyzing a sample of his daughter's blood.
He's also... I wouldn't say a suspect, but a potential victim, and having someone that close to the case handle things would probably not be too well. I think you're still experienced enough, even with his supervision nearby.
Yes, I suppose I can take a look. What are you expecting me to see in this sample?
If you cross-reference it with all the documents you've received, you should be able to notice.
Okay. So I'll say you hand it to some soldiers and they go all around the back to hand it to Dr. Dinosaur because like there's the wall force in the way. And I feel like as Dr. Dinosaur is starting to analyze, Alder looks annoyed at this. You can see he's like, this is not pertinent. The fact that my daughter has a medical condition is not, it's already been discussed in this trial. What are you getting at, Arch?
Throughout the events of the situation, Esme and Oren have been made awares of many things surrounding the Bardot family, have had access to supplies and distribution and communications to plan quite a bit of things. The brandy that Cecil had taken was never meant for him to take and to burn. You were meant to die, Alder.
Huh.
Those that were connected to you, that helped you with your research and helped conduct things that Esme deemed inhuman, were going to tear the family apart, have also been targeted, it seems. She cared too much about everyone.
So how does Callie feel to have her best friend, who was already on the rocks with her, go into a courtroom and like put her and like say, "Hey, your twin sister, who you love, she's a murderer." How does Callie feel right now as Dr. Dinosaur is taking time to do his analysis?
Also loves,
not good, but I mean, Callie kind of was suspecting it at the same time. So I really think that it's more so a thing of like, Callie's just mad that Arch is here, but also is like, okay, but he's helping. He's being productive in the court where I'm floundering because I'm not good at talking to people, and I never have been.
So Dr. Dinosaur is like looking at it and like doing some measurements, and he's like, "Oh my, this
Alder
is."
does. Oh, go ahead.
No, you say your thing.
Alder truly believes that what he's doing is going to help the people of the islands, his vaccines, his research, but like many other things happening everywhere, the darkness that surrounds our advancement and our needs are not what everybody wishes for.
I feel like Alder just glares at you and says, "You ungrateful mammal. When I found you, you were nothing. An orphan from Shimmer who escaped the foundry. I saw your potential. I paid for your education, made you the greatest man on the planet. You should be grateful for all I did for you. What right do you have to tell me what I can and cannot do?" Alder is saying.
Right, I have is that I'm just a person like everyone else, and I care for Callie. And like Esme, I don't want to see her hurt. By you, especially.
Okay. So Scarlett's just gonna like put her hand down and say, yes, this case has been a mess, but now it seems we are approaching a conclusion. It turns out not one, but two of my co-workers' daughters had something to do with this and were guilty. It is not. Thank you for telling us that Esme Bardot was a co-conspirator in this, but of course, she could not have made the poison on her own, and I still think it is likely that her sister Camille helped her with it. So now, and like, Scarlett's like snapping at guards, can someone go to the hospital and bring her here so we can have a fourth defendant? Archis made things better!
Miss Scarlet, aren't you the one who are assisting Alder in testing the vaccine throughout the islands?
Absolutely not. I'm a military commander. I have no clue how any medicine works.
And yet, I'm not getting it wrong, right? Scarlet is Goggins' direct commander.
Yeah, she would be in charge of Goggins, although Groggins was doing some public health work. He was ordered to help out.
Yeah, but Goggins was the one who administered the vaccine to Baphomet, wasn't he?
No, Groggins was the one who got blood. He drew some blood from the sheep. The sheep was already had the pox, sheep pox. And Dr. Dinosaur, he finishes testing this and he's like, my word, Alder, I knew from what they said earlier that you had done some research, but this is quite incredible, Alder. The light levels in the sample of blood, your daughter Esme's blood, this would kill any other person. The fact that she is alive is a miracle. And Alder's like, yes, my research has been discussed enough in this, and honestly, I don't think the specifics of any level of blight in my daughter's blood are what matters in this case. And Dinosaur's like, well, at the very least, this syringe of blood is confirmation of what we suspected the motive of. And Dr. Dinosaur is going to hand the syringe and the plate he tested it on to the soldiers and say, you're to take this and destroy it immediately. Do not reuse these needles at all, because that could cross contamination. Honestly, the safest thing would be to just throw this needle off the edge into the blight.
Where's Columnum?
Dead?
Oh, right.
Very dead.
I'm gonna
Very
be honest,
dead.
guys. I might vote for the brain blast if other people are down.
Sure.
Oh,
I mean, the brain blast is only there if you just don't want it outside metagame.
You can
mess with
outside
Casey.
metagame if you want.
No, I
No,
mean
it's a
mess
thing-
to mess with Casey.
I mean, the thing is though, is that I'm like, okay, yeah, but I'm missing something. I have no fucking idea what it is, and it's pretty clear nobody else does either.
Oh God,
Mr. Groggins.
Yes.
Before the court, could you please tell us why you took blood from a sheep at Cyrnus? The sheep had apparently died and turned into ashes,
I mean, that was
people murdered here.
Yeah, this is the first time. Well, I mean, they said it when they read the charges, but I didn't know. Look, I didn't kill any sheep. What I did is I was sent to go get blood. I got the syringes that were sent to me from the Bardot clinic, some box that the nurses packed up and gave to me, and I went and I drew the blood using those needles, and I put them in a cold container, and I took them back, and I gave them to Camille so she can make the vaccine. That is my only part. I don't know if these two people next to me are innocent, if they're guilty, but I am not their co-conspirator. I'm just a random bystander that's going to get hanged.
And we 100% confirmed that the body of... I forget the goblin's name. Madison?
Yeah.
That the body of Madison was found and was truly ashes, or because apparently she might have died alone.
There were people who heard her screams and like saw what was going on. And she ran to them. Also, one taking not inject the blight to the sheep unless it was already used on someone.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of what we've been talking about. It's
Yeah, think
using
about
needles
that. Think
if
about
needles
that
were
idea that
infected.
you have, Alex.
Sorry?
Think. So close, Alex. I
What
believe
if
in
the
you,
needles
Alex.
were already used on somebody? Who would
They
be
were
using
used
needles on
needles.
Esme so often and then reusing it onto other people that are getting infected?
Go on.
Alder was fucking reusing needles.
That's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Alder's gross.
Wait. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's clicking for you. You found what I've been trying to like not so subtly hint a million times. It was like what I would reveal for the brain blast. Like, think the word we've had so much talk about. Like, gotta throw this off the edge of the city so there isn't cross contamination. Don't use this again.
I guess
Olvern had the last needles before that. Before Cecil got burnt.
I wanna. Callie wants to speak up.
Go for it.
Funny click moment. Camille, where did you get the needle that you gave to Goggins to inject the sheep?
I told Madison to get some medical supplies from Father's office because he's where they kept the research equipment.
It was your dad.
Do you think
The-
it's at all possible that potentially the syringe had been used before?
And
Why
I
would
feel
you-
like it's just clicking for Camille now as you say that, and it's also clicking for Dr. Dinosaur. Like, this blood level is enough to kill. If this blood level, like, if someone with this blight level, their blood got into the vaccines, the blight, it multiplies and spreads and grows quickly, and it's clicking for people in the courtroom.
I've been
I've
been in my father's office before. I know that there's not a proper place there for syringes to be stored. It's very likely that syringe was contaminated. Now, excuse me, let me restart that. Now, if that one was contaminated, who's to say other syringes used by the clinic have not been contaminated before?
And
This was
Alder
all
just
malpractice.
asked, what is it that you are implying, Caliara?
That you're a shitty scientist.
And like his eye
By
is
no means
twitching as
am
he's
I
there.
a doctor, but even I know not to reuse syringes, even when not working with the blight. But it seems that it's very possible that you've been reusing syringes that have directly worked with the blight. I think to call that malpractice would be an understatement.
And I feel like Alder closes his eyes and processes what you're saying for a moment, and then he reopens it, and you see something in Alder's eyes that you've never seen before. You can see that he vaguely respects you right now.
Yeah.
And then Alder is just going to put on this fake smile, and he's going to. I don't know how that's going up. He's slow clapping for you. Yes, bravo, you figured it out. This was an unfortunate accident, and in the future I will have to take steps to avoid cross-contamination like this.
So you knew
It
that
was
this was
a mistake to not label my old medical equipment in my office.
There will not be a
Hello.
future.
Yeah. But that implies that you knew this was happening and you didn't instead went through this process instead of owning up to your mistake.
Yes, I figured this all out a few days ago, but of course, we must think about the future of the Citadel. Do you know, if the people were to have learned about someone not working on the behalf of their government, but a member of their government nonetheless, there would be riots, there would be chaos, there would be fear and uncertainty.
I
A
actually
Scarlet
believe
O'Haring.
that this has nothing to do with the greater, the betterment of Citadel. This is to save your own skin. Because you know that if a doctor could make such a simple mistake as to not keep track of which syringes are used or not, they're not going to be trusted to continue the research that you do.
The eye twitches back.
This has nothing to do with the betterment of Citadel, in fact. And you know that as well as I do. So let's not pretend like it is. This is all about your own reputation. Just admit it.
Unfortunately, this is an official government inquiry, and your opinion does not matter. What matters are the opinions of myself, Commander 1, and Commander 3.
And Dr.
I suggest
Soar,
that going forward, we charge Ulrin and my daughter Esme with manslaughter. And let that be the end of all that has happened.
and Dr.
That is
Soar,
what I think would be best for the Citadel.
What is
It's
your
Scarlet
opinion
O'Haring.
on cross-contamination? Would you agree that it is a juvenile mistake at best?
Smartest doctor on the entire planet.
I didn't ask for your opinion, I asked for Dr. Soar's.
And Dr. Dinosaur, I feel like he's gonna sigh and take off his glasses and like just rub his temples and say, Alder, old friend, I know this was an accident. I do not think that you are a bad person, but this has gone too far. Letting your daughter almost die in her place? Shame on you, Alder. I vote to imprison Alder until a more permanent solution can be found.
Case, I'd like to
Alder.
message Alder and say, you can still kill yourself. That's it.
Kill yourself
fuck.
now.
What, like Scarlett's dad?
Oh boy.
Yeah, because he's
Miss-
like, he did something bad and then he killed himself as penance. Think Alder's gonna do that? I don't.
No.
He's too prideful to do that.
Repeating the cycle.
And Alder is just gonna say, I'm sorry you feel this way, Clevenger. It is a shame to see you throw away such an odd friendship. I personally vote that Alder Cypress should go free. Scarlett, what do you think?
Now, may I just speak briefly? I believe that
You've
although
talked enough already.
my father can be rather impartial, he does not allow opinions to get in his own way. He is also rather prideful. I do not believe that he should be allowed in this vote, as one, he is directly affected by the consequences, and two, there is absolutely no way he could be unbiased in this matter. I believe that a third member of the council shall be brought upon, or should be brought upon, to carry out his vote.
Nice opinion, Callie. I disagree, Scarlett. The people are pissed. The soldiers are like holding their weapons, though. These soldiers are gonna do what the Citadel commanders tell them, and currently
Miss-
it's a split vote.
Miss Scarlet O'Haring, as everything has, most things have come to light here. At most, Oren and Esme themselves could be charged with inciting a major illusion and a potential murder on Alder that never happened because Cecil had taken the poisoned
I'm older.
drink.
I'm just cutting in here, just
And-
because you don't understand
How
what's
about
going
you
on.
shut
You
up,
terrible
father?
traitor.
And
I didn't-
Alder,
They did not. My daughter Esme did not try and poison me. That was because of the terrible injecting him with tainted vaccine that my other daughter did.
and Camille was fully unaware of the situation going on because of complete misunderstanding, accidents, and malpractice due to Alder. And Groggins was honestly also has nothing to do other than attempting to help create the vaccine for the blind pox that
I'm super
everyone did
innocent.
really
Let me
need.
go.
And as you can see, and kind of looks behind, if you do listen to Alder now, the citizens of the entirety of Citadel, because people will leave here quickly, will riot, and the amount of soldiers you have will never be enough to quell anything. Your entire people would know that you protected this man who is currently denying and choosing to be very obstinate
May
with
I
his
also
own issues.
may I also mention he did admit to it and then immediately denied when he realized that there'd be consequences to his actions.
Charlotte is like very lost in thought, and she says, "These are trying times. We must weigh our options carefully. Alder,
The people are
done.
one piece of shit.
terrible things, but his research is invaluable.
He has the research papers. You can have another scientist do it. You don't need Alder anymore. You can choose between the people or one piece of shit.
If I
Who's
may
speaking?
speak,
Hmm.
as Arch said, Callie's eye twitches at saying Arch. All of Alder's research is there. Now, Alder, yes, the leading scientist on the Blight. However, and Callie points back to Camille, my sister is possibly the smartest person I have ever met, even smarter than my father, I might argue. Now, given the time to go through all of these documents, I believe that my sister is more than capable of making strides in ways that my father never could. I
I feel like
believe
Camille's just going to interject. I won't. I probably shouldn't say this, but I am a doctor. I have sworn an oath to do no harm, which I thought my father had sworn the same. I will not do any of these types of experiments that he has done in the past, and I struggle to think of any doctor who would.
that just means you have to find a more ethical way of doing it, no? These experiments,
Alder is gonna.
ultimately, the problem is that they were done without consent. But no medicine can truly be developed without experimentation, correct? But the problem with what Alder did is the consent aspect. And clearly the fact that none of me or my siblings remember it means he also went out of his way to modify our own memories to make sure we didn't remember. I believe that there is an ethical way to do this research, just not the way that my father did it.
And ultimately,
never
he
mind.
makes the argument for the greater good. So, even beyond the ethics of it, which are dubious at best, he's not adding anything to this world. He just wants to keep going on doing what he's doing. And in a few years, he'll fuck it up again and people will be dead.
Alder is going to say, "I'm going to say something, and I promise this will be the last thing I say until this trial is done, if you permit
Hopefully.
me to speak." Scarlet, Crimson O'Herring was a great man. He was the greatest man I ever knew, and I strive every day to be as good as he was. He was a man who loved the Citadel and its people enough to make the hard choices. His memory has been condemned, but casting out Zeta Sector, it was necessary. Killing those people to preserve the Citadel was necessary. Crimson believed in the future, and I believe in the same thing. My research has had setbacks, few unfortunate casualties, but nevertheless, I am the only one who can continue it. I am the only man in the entire world who can defeat the Blight. I am the only man who can take back what we lost. Not about a few deaths. It's about the future of all life.
Archie's
It's
gonna
not a
turn around to
coincidence
the
that the
crowd.
future inherently
I'm-
involves him.
Shut up. I know the decision your father would make. And Scarlet is about to vote, and this, I feel like, is your last chance before you make a persuasion roll to get through to Scarlet.
And I would go to
Archie's-
Scarlet and
Go ahead. Go. No, you go first. Go.
I would just say, you are not your father. And you've seen what your father has wrought. Even when he caused that woman, elderly as she was, to die earlier. Don't be your father.
Make a persuasion roll, Akash, to see if you can convince Scarlet. Because this is what it comes down to. This story of daughters and their evil shithead dads who kill people.
Yes.
See if you can convince Scarlet to be better than the father she idolized. Make that persuasion.
approach-
19.
Wait, you can-
wait.
Callie can help if Kelly says something good.
Yeah, I was also going to say, I was going to say something, but what I was going to do is I walk up and I touch Nikolai on his back and cast guidance. But then I'm just going to go. Now, yes, maybe, Alder would be the one to break through and solve the blight problem. But also, has anyone else ever been given the resources that he has? No. So how do we know that his work is irreplaceable? How do we know that in 100 years' time, he will be looked on as a hero and not as a criminal? Camille, I firmly believe, could very well be the future of blight research. There is no doubt about that. She has gained years of knowledge from my father, and she has access to all of his research. I believe that she can do everything that my father could, and potentially do it even better. Not only that, do it ethically. If you allow Alder to walk free, then what happened last night with the rioters is going to keep happening. And eventually, they will burn the research, which means a loss of everything. So it is a risk, yes, but wouldn't you agree that allowing him to walk free is far riskier? And I will give the help action with that.
You are the first commander of Citadel, to the people of Citadel, not to Alder. He invokes your father, who sacrificed an entire sector and knew it was bad. That's why that's why he committed suicide, to atone for it. Alder would never do such a thing. He would willingly sacrifice everyone here, more islands, and then never do anything about it to himself because he thinks he's more important.
All three of you made very good, compelling arguments. Akash, with advantage and guidance, make that persuasion roll.
This is not rules as written of something I can actually do, but it's interesting if I could. Can I psychically link with Nikolai since they're going to be rolling, and could I give Nikolai my psi die for my psi bolstered neck?
I think the advantage and guidance is fair enough with all.
Guidance is a D4, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my side eye is a
Yes.
D8 that I can add on.
Advantage and guidance.
23.
23. And honestly, I feel like Akash, you are not your father. That was a great argument. Jordan, this guy can't be trusted. He's a screw up. Great argument. I honestly think the argument that was most persuasive to Scarlet was Arch's, because Scarlet's dad was many horrible things, but he wasn't a fucking coward like Alder is.
Yeah, the second I heard
Scarlet-
that, I'm like, okay, there's like, I honestly, Arch's line alone made me think you were going to waive the persuasion check.
Arch, guys were very good.
And
Scarlet is going to calmly say, Commander 2, I find you guilty for 6 counts of negligent homicide, as well as a long, long list of other crimes. You'll be removed from your post as commander and imprisoned the rest of your natural life. And Alder is just going to sigh. He's not going to say anything or try and fight back as the guards drag him away.
As he's being dragged
you can at
away,
least apologize to your daughter.
what was the founder of Citadel's name?
Crimson.
Crimson?
Crimson O'Haring.
Yeah, I'm going to cast message and say, you'll never even be a speck compared to Crimson O'Hare.
He found a way to can air.
I mean, Arch is going to call out as he's being taken away. You can at least apologize to your daughters.
I don't want his apology. He's not sorry for anything.
Kaliara, there's many things I could say about you, but at the very least I will say this. You know me well enough to know I'm not. And he's gone. And I don't think you're ever going to see him again.
Yes!
Damn! Fucking pop the confetti, fucking celebrate you did it, you all did it.
Myrna was there.
Myrna's there.
Myrna was present. I imagine that Myrna's just sitting in the corner, like arm leaned against the wall, hitting the blinker when nobody's looking.
She was narrating the
surprised she
whole
cares
thing
if people are
Forrest
looking.
Gump style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just this big celebration. I feel like Ulrin's gonna run up to hug you. Jimmy and Sai are just cheering that their captain's all right. Mill is going to go over and be inspecting Cecil to see how he's doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Once Ulrin's done, I want to run over and hug Camille, tears in Callie's eyes.
And Scarlet's just going to say, this has been a trying week. There have been many horrible things carried out by a man whose position of power led people to trust and respect him. And for that, I am sorry. Going forward, we will do better. And we will not be rolled over by men who think they can dictate who deserves to live. Thank you, crew of the Luna Eclipse. You will be permitted to stay in Citadel for as long as you would like, regardless of the consequence.
Callie will just nod her head in response.
And she's going to leave to go do government stuff. And I feel like Dr. Dinosaur, if you look at him, he's just hunched over and sad because, his best friend's in jail now. I used my friend from the war. And I mean, he kind of lost his mind after all the stuff that happened in the war, but he was...
Yeah.
And I feel like... Here's the question. Is Arch going to stick around, or is he going to run away now that the trial is over?
He already disappeared.
Okay.
Damn.
When is Callie going to see Arch next?
Probably at a cafe eating a hot dog.
Okay, so I feel like we'll deal with that because there's going to be a time skip after this. We'll deal with that next section. But first, as I close out this story arc, I want to, if you'll permit me, cut to a one-on-one scene. It's a few days after the trial. Esme has been released. She's recovered from her sickness and all of the stress that it brought. And I'm also going to say that in light of the seriousness of the stuff that Alder did, I was just gonna kind of pretend to not, gonna pretend that Esme and Oren didn't really do anything, because she can't, I mean, yeah, they
I
did
think
bad
that's
things,
fair.
but it's... And you're just sitting in the park next to Esme by the statue of Crimson, and Esme is just going to say to you, I'm sorry about the mess I caused. A few days before you arrived in town, Father's new bride came to our home, and Mother got angry at her, and I wanted to know what was going on, so I searched Father's study, and I found the files that he kept on us, and I realized what he had done to me, and what he had done to you, and I became so angry at the idea that he could harm you the way he did. And after what happened to Cecil, I saw my chance to make Father tell the truth, make everyone know that he was a monster, that he had hurt you. I wanted to be strong like you are. I was foolish, and because of my because of my foolishness, Ulrin almost died, and for that I am sorry.
Callie just looks over at Esme and kind of gives like a soft smile and goes, you know, you say that I'm strong, but your ability to persist, I mean, you're stronger than me in many ways. To be perfectly honest, one thing that I have done is if I find myself in difficult situations, I ask myself, well, what would Esme do? And then I do what I think you would do. Because you have a level of compassion that even I struggle to achieve.
I guess in the future you might want to find a different motto to guide your actions.
I see it as a momentary lapse in judgment, but not one impossible to atone for. All in all, you tried to force someone's hand, and yes, someone did get hurt because of it, but that wasn't your intention, and if our father was less careless with his work, then nobody would have been harmed in the first place. So I don't really see what you did as wrong, per se. I believe there is importance to laws, yes, but unfortunately sometimes rules have to be bent for change to be made.
I love you so much, Callie.
Callie will just hug her and go, I love you too.
And you're hugging. And that is closing out. There will be 3 more scenes in this session, but that is closing out Callie's torture arc with things pretty alright for Callie.
Thank fuck.
And we get to torture someone else. Who gets tortured next, Stark? Who's gonna get tortured?
Well,
Here, oh wait, no, next is Akash, isn't it?
Oh,
Nikolai.
dear.
Got some guesses.
It's either
2 more
Nikolai or
scenes.
Myrna.
2 more scenes, and some of you are on the right track. we do cut to late at night. I deleted the off map, so we'll just pretend that that's where this is. Arch, you're going to get, like, when you're laying low, you're going to get someone inviting you to talk to them.
Alder's
Actually,
office? Or what office?
No, you're being to the Commander 1 office.
Okay.
Okay, and you're being asked to talk with Scarlet. And she's like heard at this point about all the stuff and you like working as a spy for Alder, and she's just gonna ask you, have you gone back to your ship and talked to your captain yet?
It's been a few days. No.
Yes. I'm often very blunt with what I say, so you can. Although, I mean, I don't know Kaliara that well, but your captain may never forgive you. But you can do something more important than earn her love. You can keep her safe. There are monsters out there. Cagliostro, Mr. Nobody. People want to see your friends die. Someone needs to kill these people, or they can do what they want. My office could find great work for someone with your skill set, Arch.
What?
You like a job?
Callie's gonna get spied on again by Arch.
It's never ending.
God damn it, Arch.
To be clear, this wouldn't be spying on our old captain. This would be doing wet work for me in other cities. What do you say?
I'll give you my answer later.
Good. Hope you make the right choice. And then for our final scene, let me just clear out some tokens. We cut back to the hangar. No clue where the other crew is. They're like doing their own stuff. But Nikolai is here in the hangar. And some dock workers are going to walk up to you, Nikolai, and hand you a package that has labeled on it sequel hook. It doesn't have that labeled on it. It has labeled on it like a return address. What you have here, Nikolai, is it's this package sent to you by Boney Michael, the information broker and bounty manager from Disco City. And in the attached letter, he says, "Dear crew of the Luna Eclipse, I've heard rumors you are hiding out in the Citadel and hope this package reaches you." Wait, wasn't this guy Russian? Was. This is a warning. Today, a group of bounty hunters came to my office looking for information on you. I told them nothing, but I know they will be a problem for you in the future. They call themselves the Revolvers. They're the most fearsome bounty hunter group in the sky. They said that one of their members had been killed by your group during the tournament, some man going by the codename Crocodile, although he fought under a different name. Anyway, stay safe out there. Despite your bounties, many people across the sky consider you six to be heroes. Also attached in this package is the yearly top 20, a list of the 20 highest bounties for pirates across the globe, compiled from the bounty list of the 6 different cities. Some of the names on here should be familiar to you. And what Akash you have in your hands is 20 bounties for the 20 most wanted people on the planet. You want to know?
I look at which number I am.
Well, you see, that's a fun thing, Akash. What number are you on the list of the highest bounties in the world? Actually, can I get two name rolls? Let's say from Akash, because he's doing this, and Alex, because I like Alex right now.
Is it D20 or else?
D200. What do you got, Alex?
Still a D200?
Yep.
Sweet. It's rolling. 48.
48. Yours is
90.
Oh, that's such a good name. And Akash?
90.
Bless you.
Oh, I love both of these names so much. Oh, these are going to be great people to kill. So the 20th highest bounty is a man by the name of Rainbow Bono with a bounty of 3,000. And above him is Joe Bodega with a bounty of 4,000. And then Lil Nicky, the old name for you when you were a pirate, with 5,000. And then Edward Flametongue with 7,000. And then you, again, under a different name, Nikolai Vardas with 8,000. So you technically have a 13,000 bounty. They just think you're two different people, Akash.
Nice.
Who's number one?
Little Nicky.
Yeah,
Well,
who is
these
number
are,
one?
that is 20 through 5. There's more on the list. Guess who else is on the list?
Me. I want to know how much
See?
my bounty is.
The whole crew has to be.
Let's see.
Is it our entire crew?
Yeah, of course it is.
Number 15, Radiation Dog, 10,000 gold. Number 14, Moxie, 12,000 gold. Number 11, Myrna Callistra, 12,000 gold. Number, I forget which one we're on, Mr. Nobody, 13,000 gold. Number 11.
Nobody's a pirate.
Number 11, Newspaper Zhang Mao, 15,000 gold.
Wait, no, that'd be number 9.
And then we move, and then we have reached the top 10. We have reached the top 10. Going down, number 10, Mr. Seuss, 18,000 gold. That was the great name. That and Rainbow Bono were the ones that we got drawn.
Mr.
Number
Seuss is
9, Mother of Dragons Galt at 20,000 gold. Number 8, Jasper Emmerich at 20,000 gold.
Let's go.
Number seven, Mordecai Rigby at 25,000 gold.
Yo,
Number
Gizmo,
6.
Gizmo and Grace
Yeah,
are
it's
back.
them. We're gonna find
We've been
Rio's
merged.
second.
Oh, there's like layers to that joke. Number 6, Princess Eleanor Mackenzie Windhout, 25,000 gold. And now we have reached the top 5. If you're curious on why, like, Akash is lower, he didn't find the tournament, and Jasper is higher because he got second in the tournament. Speaking of that, we've reached the top 5 highest bounties. Number 5, Dr. Sanderson at 30,000 gold. Number 4, the 4th most wanted person on the planet, Caliara Bardot, 40,000 gold.
Damn.
See, people do want you.
I'll take number. What the fuck? I'll
Number
take
3.
number 4.
Beast King won't ochre Namor at 45,000 gold. Number 2, Arch at 50,000
Oh my
gold
God.
because he
Rude.
tried to kill the Collector. And of course, he remains on top with his recent stuff in the Ironworks, boosting him up even higher at 100,000 gold. Ulysses Grant O'Brien, most wanted person in the sky. Even more than Callie.
The most wanted
I'll
person
take-
in
okay. I'll
disguise.
take number 4 though. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
off
it
the
means people want to
podium.
kill you.
Okay,
You know,
and
Archie will
Nikolai-
turn himself in for money.
Arch would do
Nikolai,
that.
as you read O'Brien's name and the massive, absurd bounty on this guy who killed Myrna's mom, we cut to 2 months in the future to the skies around the North Pole. A massive man on a blue dragon rides towards a frozen military base at the top of the world. As he does, the moon moves in front of the sun, showering the fort in darkness. O'Brien pulls out his horn and blows. The battle begins. But that'll be a while before that happens. That's 2 months away. We'll deal with that in a later arc. Because this arc, mission Mission 6, what was it called? Burning Citadel, mission complete. You've all leveled up.
Yay! Wait,
You are
Are we
now,
done now?
is this when I get
you're
my
level 10.
Is this when I get my thing that I want?
But more importantly,
Oh, no.
you guys didn't have to use the Brain Blast button, which means you're eligible to ruin my life.
I was surprisingly on top of things for a while.
Well,
This
I'm
entire-
we'll see.
so happy that I'm the one that pieced together the final thing. Because I didn't expect that at all. I had given up
Well,
already.
So I'd just like to say, Tosh, Monty, and Nikki missed a few sessions, so their guesses weren't as good. I would like
No,
to
mine
give a
were
special
pretty
honorable-
good.
I would like to give a special honorable mention to Nikki, though, for being very right about Esme having a connection to the crime. She clocked that very well.
Yeah.
Third best sleuth was Jordan. Going by your answers at the end of sessions, Jordan
Yup.
first chose older, but given their extra knowledge about older at the start, I'm kind of grading on a curve for that.
That is
Jordan then
completely
chose
understandable.
Jordan then chose Scarlet twice, which is a big miss, and Mr. Nobody during both of the session 20 guesses, another big miss. He had older as a backup during the first 30 guess, but last minute switched to Esme, which is close, but I think switching from older to Esme is going to keep you from it.
That's so fair.
Zane walked in Ulrin immediately during the first two sessions, which was good because he was definitely sus and related to the case. He then locked in Esme, which is partial points. In the final 30 vote, he bet on Camille or Esme, which is close, and then switched to Scarlet or Esme, which kind of cost him. Alex chose Esme immediately, then switched to heavily suspecting Camille, voting for her again and again and again, which was wrong, but during the final two votes, both times, Alex chose Alder, with Camille as his backup guess, which means that Alex, you are our super sleuth. I'm also giving you, I think Alex is the one that's realized the contradiction, that why'd the sheep die if the vaccines were made after? That was what brought it together. Alex, you get to choose my Discord name for the rest of the campaign. Please be gentle.
That's the name.
Please be gentle is a good name.
Oh my god, that's a good name. Casey has damned himself.
Is that it?
Fuck it. Please be gentle, RDM.
Oh. Let me open my profile.
Now we need to figure out if we want to do out of session roleplay between Jordan and I to figure out things, or if we should just have Arch just hide again, or if he just disappears for a while.
Yeah, well, I feel like this is a thing to do with session. As I've changed my name to Please Be Gentle, which is just Please Be for me, because of how I've got this cropped. And wait, doesn't Jordan already still have me change to Mr. Cock for some reason?
Not
yes,
the
but
One Piece BDSM
only,
name.
That only shows up in our DMs.
Oh, okay, good. So it does now show me as Please Be Gentle?
Yes.
Will it be?
That is a good big bad end game name. Please Be Gentle.